Hello class, my name is Thompson. I'm a trainer at Rubavu Technical College TVET, and today we are going to complete the second part of our module, which is called cell phone hardware repair. And today's topic, we are going to see how to replace a cell phone screen. At the end of this session, each learner will be able to select and arrange different tools, materials, and equipment required for cell phone hardware repairing. She will be able also to replace the cell phone screen. As we are learning together, I invite you to take some note and do some practical exercise with me as we are learning together. When you want to replace the cell phone screen, for example, the bar phone screen, what you have to do, firstly, is disassembling, which is to break down or to separate different pieces of this bar phone in order to reach the screen of this cell phone. While you finish the disassembling, as you can see at your own screen, you open all screw slowly and remove all strips in order to reach the screen of this cell phone, which is not working properly. As you can see, you remove all strips which hold this cover of this phone, and finally we reach the internal part we wish to replace, which is the screen of this cell phone. The type of the screen, there is LCD, which is liquid crystal display, as you can see at your own screen, and also there are some red, like lighting emitting diode. Those are the main type of screen of a cell phone. Then we classify the screen according to the cell phone size and cell phone type. Firstly, you put on some soldering paste. While you hit by the soldering gun, the other part don't has any damage. By the use of this soldering paste, which will help us while we are going to remove this cell phone screen. As you can see, by the use of our soldering gun, we select the required heat in which we are going to use while removing this cell phone screen. And finally, we hit the part which connects the cell phone to the motherboard. You hit it slowly. As you can see, it started to be removed. And when we finish to remove the screen, I remind you that you replace the screen of a cell phone according to the corresponding screen. By those of soldering iron and soldering tin, we start replacing the screen of our cell phone. As you can see, you made the soldering tin in order to connect a new screen to our cell phone. As I already told you before, you do a practical exercise with me and you do it slowly in order you don't break any other part. As you can see, we start to connect our screen to the motherboard of this cell phone. As I already told you, you replace the screen according to corresponding screen. It means according to the type and the size. I already told you before, you do it slowly by the use of soldering iron and soldering tin. We made the soldering tin in order to connect our new screen to the motherboard of this bar phone. Slowly, as you can see, I hope we are doing a practical exercise together as we're running together. And finally, when you finish to connect the screen, you take the battery and you connect it in order to check if the screen is working properly. As you can see, it's work. Finish to replace the screen, and you finish to test the screen if it's working properly, and you do what is called assembling, which is to fix together separated pieces in order to form one wall. You have to remember that the screen of a cell phone, it's used to display, or it helps us to display why we are using a cell phone. It's a displayer of a cell phone. After you finish to replace the screen of your cell phone, you do what is called to conduct after repair testing. Firstly, you do what is called functionality testing, which is to test if the phone is performed as usual. While you finish to replace the screen, you have to see the functionality of the new screen in which you finish to replace by. After that, you have to do what is called testing and checking the steadiness or alignment of the screen. You have to make sure if the alignment or steadiness of the screen is appropriate. And finally, you have to test and checking if the screen is well connected to the motherboard. Wire is connected where it means you finish to replace the screen of a cell phone. Thank you for your attention. As we are learning together, I hope you took some note and do a practical exercise with me. Our next session, we will see how to repair a cell phone motherboard. See you next time. Enjoy.